across the desert to a point known as LG-125. The men, wounded and exhausted, sent a coded radio signal to Kufra, and you answered. Your job was worse than looking for the proverbial needle in a haystack, but you set off to pick up those men over 500 miles away. Soon after takeoff, you're told that enemy fighters are ahead of you, and you're advised to turn back. But you continue your flight over miles of featureless desert to LG-125, a point 150 miles southwest of Tobruk, to rescue the men. And as you flew in, one man stood silent in disbelief.
I looked at my watch and I couldn't believe my eyes.
That same man, then a doctor with the Long Range Desert Group, now a general practitioner in Wiltshire, here to meet you again since then, Dick Lawson.
Well, we'd been told that the aircraft would rendezvous with us at 1300 hours, and we didn't really believe it. It was a long way from anywhere. We were 500 miles from base, and it was a very featureless part of the desert. It was just a few oil drums, and we had thought it would be 2 to 3 days before they'd find us. And there, sharp on 1300 hours, the plane arrived, and Bill stepped out, and there we were taken away.
And he was, in fact, just in the nick of time.
He was in the nick of time. We had 4 or 5 wounded, one of whom was very seriously wounded, and I think if he'd stayed there for a day or two more, he wouldn't have lived.
Thank you, Dick Lawson. Thank you. Well, by 1943, the war in the Far East had erupted into a bitter struggle. Bill Coles is posted to India, where the task is to support Wingate's famous Chindits fighting in Burma, many miles behind the Japanese lines, supplying them with vital food and ammunition. In one daring flight, you land your Dakota in a hastily cleared strip of jungle to snatch badly wounded British, Commonwealth and American troops from beneath the Japanese guns in northern Burma. And in May 1944, you're awarded a bar to your DFC, and a grateful American High Command awards you their own DFC. After Burma comes Arnhem and then your DSO. When war ends, you return home to marry Babs and to a peacetime career with the RAF. Did Babs ever fly with you then?
Not if she could possibly help it. She had to on occasions later, yes. but only when it was strictly necessary.
Well, anyhow, you're back home, and once again you're able to play rugby, turning out for the RAF 15. But even that tough sport isn't enough to satisfy your appetite for action. And in 1947, although you've never tried it before, you volunteer for the 80-mile-per-hour sport of bobsleighing. You're in the RAF team that wins the Gold Cup at St. Moritz in Switzerland, and a year later represent your country in the Winter Olympics, finishing 4th. But in one training session at St. Moritz, you finished completely on your own.
But that wasn't the way it was planned.
Your crewman from 27 years ago, now an airline captain, Bob Wellicombe. Bob, you were great. You were supposed to be on the bobsleigh with them. You better explain what happened.
Well, I didn't apply the brakes properly at the end of the run, and we were going much too fast, and we disappeared completely into a snowbank. I stood up and couldn't see anything at all of Bill Coles or the bobsleigh. And then all of a sudden a head appeared with icicles on the moustache, and fortunately there weren't many people about to hear what he said.
Thank you, Bob Wellicombe. In fact, Babs, I think you remember another occasion when Bill got a little upset.
Oh, yes, he was. He was more upset. He was very, very cross with me. Unbeknown to him, Mill and I persuaded Vivier, the Italian driver, to take us down in his bob. And we were very overloaded, so we were doing a terrific speed. And Bill heard all our times at the bottom of the run. Anyway, we were so overcrowded that we crashed. And Bill came running across the snow, and he was furious because, although he didn't mind risking his own neck and limbs, he was very worried that we might be hurt, and so I was not at all popular.
Well, your service career advances. You fly with the first all-jet squadron of fighters, the famous Meteors. Promoted to Air Commodore, you move on to fly the giant V bombers. Your final service promotion is to Air Marshal in 1966, followed by the accolade of your knighthood in 1967, just 1 year before your retirement. And it was in that last year, as a serving officer, that you and your men raised £17,000 for the RAF Benevolent Fund, so that it was no wonder that after 30 years in uniform, you should be offered the job as controller of that fund. A job that makes you responsible for helping the widows and children of former comrades. Families throughout the world have been grateful for that help. And tonight, we've just one of those people. From Canterbury in Kent, Mrs. Teresa Elliott. Now, Mrs. Elliott, you lost your husband, Sergeant Jack Elliott, 14 years ago. How were you helped?
Very much so by the RAF Benevolent Fund. I was left with 4 sons and 2 daughters between 8 1/4 and 5 months old. And the RAF Benevolent Fund, they've educated the boys. And because of this, I've been able to embark on a new career myself as a nurse.
But in fact, your eldest son, Peter, has already started his career in the Navy, but the other 5 are here tonight. John, Jane, twins Jacqueline, Mark and young Robin.
Oh, Mark.
Thank you.
I'm so glad. We met at the last speech day, didn't we? Hello. Hello, Robin. How are you getting on? Good.
Well, now, Bill, thousands of your wartime comrades did not, of course, survive, and we know you welcome news of those who did. So finally, let me remind you again of that day, September the 17th, 1942, the place, the heart of the North African desert. Now, Dick Lawson told us about that soldier wounded to the point where he thought he would never leave that desert alive. You flew him to hospital, and thanks to you, he did survive. Now, it took a worldwide search for us to find him, but find him we did in North Island, New Zealand. He's not forgotten you and that flight 32 years ago, and just 48 hours ago, he took another flight 13,000 miles from New Zealand to meet you again, ex-trooper Snowy Parker.
This is wonderful. Thank you for coming over. Really is absolutely marvelous.
Absolutely wonderful, Bill, for me to be here to personally thank you for the wonderful job you did so many years ago. For my wife and my 4 children, I would also like to thank you very much. That day when you came in and took myself and Colonel Wilder and those other men out, you did a wonderful job. And this is a day that I will always remember.
Well, I'm delighted.
Wonderful.
I'm absolutely delighted. I'm pleased to see you looking so well. It's incredible that it's that long ago, isn't it? Really?
We haven't aged a bit.
You don't look old enough.
We haven't aged a bit.
Air Marshal Sir William Coles, this is your life.
Long time.